Ladies and gentlemen, this is Naman and today we are going to build this e-commerce website, or you can call it an online shopping website, and we are going to build this website from scratch with the help of HTML, CSS and JavaScript with no steps skipped. So before starting, let me give you a quick demo of how the website looks so we get an idea of what we are going to build today. So this is the website, and here we have a header section, and in this we have a logo. Then we have some sections over here, men's section, women's section, and you notice that we have this hover effect also here. Hover is basically when the cursor moves on these links, the cursor changes into a pointer, indicating you that this link is clickable. Okay, so we have this hover effect here. Then we have some icons on the right, and we have these icons of search, favorite, checkout and login, and these are not for show, these actually work. So if you will click on the search icon, the search bar will pop up. If you will click on the checkout icon, the checkout box will pop up. If you will click on the login icon, the login box will pop up, and you can enter your fields like the username. We can enter the password here, and you see the same hover effect on this login button also. And if we'll click on the login icon again, this will disappear. Okay, then we have some text on the left and a beautiful image on the right, and a wonderful video playing in the background. Then let's move on to the men's section. So here we have different products of men, and you notice as soon as we bring a cursor on these products, these actually zoom a little bit, again indicating that this is clickable and you can select this product. And we have the same hover effect on the add to cart button also. And it's not that I have added these properties only to this project, and that's why I'm showing it to you. Like if you will hover on some other product also, you will see the same hover effect throughout the website on every product of men, women as well as children. So yeah, we have this hover effect on all the products of men, women as well as children. This is the women's section, and we have some beautiful products here as well. Okay guys, so now you tell me in the comment box that which section is looking prettier, the men's section with the products on the black background or the women's section with the products on the white background. So you guys tell me in the comment box what are your views on this. Okay, so now let's move ahead. This is the children's section, and I have reduced the prices of the products of children because children's products are not that much expensive. So I have reduced the prices, and we have the same hover effect here as well. So this is the offers section, and you notice one thing, as soon as we'll bring the cursor inside this box will zoom out a little bit, again indicating that this is clickable. You can select this offer, you can select this particular offer, you can click on apply offer and you can avail this offer. In the similar manner, we have 4 different offers over here with the same hover effect. Now let's move on to the footer section. We have some information on the left about a brand. We have some contact info, and on the right we have the newsletter. You can type in your email, gmail.com, yeah, and you can click on the subscribe button. Obviously it will not work because it's not connected to the back end, it's just a front end, so obviously it will not work. You just scroll down a little bit and you will find a similar button which is of red color with some similar text. You click on that and check if it's working or not. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you are someone who enjoys web development, and if you are someone who enjoys such videos, then many more such similar videos are going to come in the future, and this particular channel will be related to web development, topics revolving around web development. So if you are someone who is interested, you can consider subscribing to this channel. If you are a beginner also, then also no worries, I'll be explaining you all the properties and everything as much as possible throughout the video. And if you're a mediocre, or if you know some level of coding, then also this channel will help you a lot. As you know, these languages keeps on updating every day, so we will be including some new properties, some new lines of code in our projects. So if you are someone who enjoys or wants to learn web development, then you can consider subscribing to the channel. and thank you if you have already done so. Now if we click on the men's section in the header, it will bring us to the men's section. If we will click on the women's section, then it will bring us directly to the women's section, and if we will click on children, then to the children's section, and so on. And it's not that it works only in order, first men, women, children. No, it's not like that. You can directly navigate to the women's section by clicking on the women link in the header while you are in the offers section. Okay, and if we'll click on the main logo, we will come to the main page. And these icons also work throughout the website. It's not that they work only on the top. And I'm telling you this thing because we will come across a problem as we will build this website, and I will tell you how to fix it, and that is why I'm specifying this particular point here. Now with that said, let's go to a VS Code editor and let's get started. So here we are in our computer screen, and the first thing which we'll do is we'll create a folder and name it fashion website. And we are creating this folder because we'll be storing all our images, all the things that we're going to use in website, the video and all the things. We're going to keep all these things in this particular folder. Now we'll open the Visual Studio Code, and here we are in a Visual Studio Code. And for all those who don't know what is VS Code editor, let me give you a quick explanation. Like in real world, if you want to draw a painting, what you do? You take out your drawing board and you get your paints and you start painting. So in order to paint a website, we require a painting board, and that painting board for us will be Visual Studio Code. Okay, so Visual Studio Code is an editor in which we can write the code in different languages to build websites. Not just websites, you can do many things with the help of VS Code editor, but for this particular video we are just gonna focus on websites, and that's why I gave you an example of websites. So firstly, we are quickly going to open our website folder in VS Code editor so that we can directly create the HTML, CSS and JavaScript files from our Visual Studio Code itself. Now we will quickly create 3 files by clicking on this icon here. First index.html, style.css, and then again by clicking on this icon we'll create another file, script.js. Okay, so these are files of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So all those who don't know what is HTML, CSS and JavaScript, a very quick example to you all, that with the help of HTML we will add elements to our website. That okay, we want a button over here, or we want a video in our website, we want a photo, we want an image, we want some text over here, we want some paragraphs. All that things we will do with the help of HTML. Then with the help of CSS we will add colors, and basically we'll make our website much more prettier. That like HTML just adds elements, that we want a button, we want 2 buttons, we want 3 images, and those all are, I guess, left aligned with no width or height set to images. Okay, so with the help of CSS we will set the height and width of the images, that this button should come over here, this button should be of red color, the text should be white or should be black. Okay, so these all things we'll do with the help of CSS. And finally JavaScript is for that when we'll click on that button, what should happen? It should take us to another web page, or it should zoom out the picture, or it should zoom in the picture, or whatever. Okay, so HTML is used for adding elements, CSS is usually used to beautify those elements or add properties, color to those elements and make the web page look much more prettier, and JavaScript is to add functionality to those elements, that if we'll click on the button, what should happen. Okay, so this was a quick explanation of all these languages. Now let's move ahead. Now I have the images which I'm going to use in this project already downloaded and stored in some other folder. So let me paste them in this particular folder so that we can easily search and add them into a project. So So these are all the images which we are going to use in our project. Okay, and this is the video, the background video. So we'll rename this file and we'll name it as back video. Yeah. And let me just play it once for you. So this is the video which you saw in the background. So this is the particular video that we are going to use. Now we'll come to the index.html file and we'll quickly add the boilerplate. And if you are struggling to figure out how did I did this, so this is basically you have to press shift plus exclamatory mark and then you have to press enter. So this boilerplate will appear on your screen. A boilerplate is basically like this is required and this is mandatory if you want to build websites. And whatever we'll add in a website, all those things we have to write inside the body tag. Okay. But this head tag and all this boilerplate is required and mandatory for you to build websites. So we'll now quickly add the title of the website, that is fashion online shopping website. Title is basically that appears on the tab of your browser. Okay, like if you open facebook.com, on the tab of the browser it's written Facebook and there's an icon of the Facebook. In this particular website we'll not add an icon. You can do so by adding a favicon, but in this particular project we'll not add an icon, we'll just add a title. And we'll quickly install some extensions which are going to be of great help to us, which are going to enhance our experience. First one is live server, we'll quickly install it. Second is prettier. Prettier is basically a code formatter. Okay, so we'll quickly install it. And live server is basically if you will make any changes to the code, then you have to go to the browser and you have to refresh your website. Okay, and it takes time. So what we'll do is we'll install live server, and what it does is if we'll click on control plus save, it will automatically refresh the website for us, so we don't need to refresh the website again and again manually. Okay, and let me show you, we have got this go live button. So this is the live server tool which you can use and it will enhance your experience. Now we will link our style sheet, that is the style.css, and we will add some basic properties here. We'll type asterisk and then we'll set margin as 0, padding as 0, then box sizing border box, and outline as none. This asterisk is basically it means that these properties will apply to every element of HTML. Okay, so yeah, and last one is text decoration none. Now let's go back to our HTML file and we have successfully linked our style sheet. Now let's move on to the body tag and let's create a div with the class name container. Now inside this container we'll insert a video. You saw that video playing in the background, so that same video we are going to add in a website first, so that it's playing in the background, and then we can make header on top of it and everything else. So we will add the video by using the video tag. Okay, then we told HTML that we are inserting a video, but which video? So we'll have to like define the source also. So we'll type source, then src back video.mp4. This is the video we want to play, so this is the like name of the video which we want to play. Now we'll add some properties to this video. Autoplay, muted, loop, plays inline. It's basically that when the video will play, like we don't have to click on any button to play it, it gets played on its own. So for that we have set the property as autoplay. Then we have muted the video in case if the video has any sound, and it will get muted. Loop means it will keep on playing again and again. If it is of 2 minutes, then after 2 minutes it will play again. plays inline, and then we have added a class video to it so that we can add properties to this video. Now we'll click on the go live button, and this is how our website looks as of now. And as I told you that HTML just adds elements, and we have to set the width and height in our CSS. So we have not added any CSS, so this is just the HTML, and that's why it's looking like this. So this is the video. Now we will set its width and height. Okay, we'll go to style.css, and first of all we'll set some properties, some basic properties. So HTML font size 62.5%, then scroll behavior smooth. Now that video is getting played inside that container. Okay, so first we'll add some properties to the container itself. Yeah, we named it container. Yeah, so we'll set its width first. We'll set its width to 100%. 100% is basically the full screen width size of your screen. Height also 100%, the full height of your screen. And display flex, justify content center, align items center. Then overflow is going to be hidden so that it doesn't scrolls up, we don't get that scroll bars. And we're going to save it. Okay, so now we have a little bit of improvements in our video. So we have already set the properties for container. Now we will set the properties for the video. So we added the class name as video. Yeah, so we'll go to style.css, we'll type .video because it's a class, and then we'll add properties. Width is going to be 100% and height is also going to be 100%. Then position is going to be absolute, bottom 0, z index we'll keep it negative -100, right 0, and then we'll save it. And yeah, now it's looking much better, but you see the width is not still proper, so we'll have to add media queries for this. We'll type @media min aspect ratio 16:9. If it is so, then we'll set the properties .video, width will be 100%, height will be auto. Now we are going to duplicate this thing. And instead of min, we are going to write max aspect ratio 16:9. Then set width of .video to auto and height as 100%. We'll save this, and now if we'll see, our video is coming perfectly. If we'll refresh the website, see, now it's looking good. Now we'll come to index.html file. So we are done with the video. Now we'll add the header. Now we'll add the header with the class name header. And inside this we are going to have three things: logo, then the nav bar, and then the icons. So I have created one div with class logo. Now I'll create a nav with class nav, and then I'll create a div with the class name icons. Now we'll come to style.css file, and we'll set some properties for header. So we'll write dot header because it's a class name, and we'll set its width to 100%. We'll set its height to auto, and then we'll add a background to it. But before background, we'll add padding, 1 rem. Then we'll add a background, blue. I'm adding blue so that we can see it distinctly as of now to do all the editing and all that stuff. And after all this is done, then I'll change it back to black. But for better visibility as of now, I have set its background color to blue. Let its height be 20 VH. Yeah, so now it's much more visible. Now we'll type google.com, and we are doing this because we want to import some styles, some fonts. So we'll type fonts.google and we'll click on the first link. Now since we want fonts, no, we want icons, so we'll click on icons and we'll search diamond here. Diamond, yeah. Here's the diamond. We'll click on this picture, and to import it, we'll click this we'll click on the copy to clipboard button, so it will get copied, and we will link this particular link in our HTML file in the head section. Now we can easily import this icon by copying this and pasting it wherever we want. So we'll paste it over here. We'll write an anchor, we'll type an anchor tag, and we'll place it inside this anchor tag because we want the clickability also. That's why we have written it inside a tag. And if you see, we have this icon on the top left corner, but it's not that visible. So let me just add the color to it. Let the color be white. Let me save it. Yeah, so here it is, if you can see it. Yeah. So now we'll import some fonts, and let me search for Great Vibes. This is the font we used for the header logo. So this is how the font looks like. And we'll click on this regular 400, dismiss, and we have to import it. So we'll check mark this thing. Now we'll copy this text inside the style tag, and we'll paste it in our CSS file exactly at the top, even before this. So now we have imported this particular font successfully. Now we'll add another a tag over here, and we'll type fashion because that's our brand name, and here it is. We'll keep this fashion tag inside h2 tag. Sorry, fashion, it's not tag. We'll keep this fashion text inside this h2 tag so that it comes out a little much bigger and bolder. Yeah, now it's looking much better. Now we will go to a style.css file and we'll type .header h2 and we'll set the font family as the font family which we have saved. Okay, so we have imported this font family. Now we just have to copy this text and paste it in a CSS file, and it will set the font family of the h2 in the header as Great Vibes. So yeah, now it's looking good. The font has been applied but it's not visible. So we'll set the color as white, font size as 3rem, and background, no, not background. We'll just save this for now and let's see how it's looking. Yeah, it's looking perfect. The font family has been applied and it's looking good. Font size 3rem is also looking perfect. So now we'll add our sections, men, women, and all these things in a nav bar. So we'll have to create 5 anchor tags, and again anchor tags we're using because these are also clickable. So we'll type in the first men, then in the second anchor tag we'll type women, in the third we'll type children, in the fourth we'll type offers, and in the fifth we'll type contact us. And yeah, we'll save this thing. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, so here are our anchor tags, our 4 nav links, sorry, not 4, our 5 nav links: men, women, children, offers, contact us. Now let's come to the style.css file. And let's change the height of the header to auto so that it occupies as much space that is needed by the elements inside it. Now we'll set display to flex, align item center, justify content, space between. So basically the fashion word is coming below the diamond. So with the help of this, now it will come in one line, straight line, and we'll set the background to black. We'll save it. Okay, so now this full logo and all our nav links have come in a single line. Now let's get back to our Visual Studio Code. And now we'll style the A tags of the header. So first we have to write .header A. We'll set the color to white. And we have written this .header A because we have to target all the anchor tags of the header which has the class name header. So that's why we have written this. We'll set the font size to 1.8 rem. Yeah, now it's looking good. But we'll have to add padding so that there is space between them. So padding left 2 rem. That much be okay. Yeah. So this is now looking much better. Now we'll have to change the font of our nav links. So we'll go back, we'll search for Oleo script swash caps. Yeah, here is a font. We'll go down and we'll click on this regular 400. And we'll click on view selected families. We'll remove this Great Vibes because we don't need it. and we'll again click on import whatever is written inside this style tag. We'll copy this thing and we'll move to the top of our CSS file and we'll paste it over here. Now I know guys that some people import all the fonts they want in their project at the beginning and then import them all at once, but for this particular project I will import individual fonts throughout the project. As we will need fonts, we will import them individually. Okay, and we'll set the font family as Olio, whatever. Yeah, I know that method is better, that you import all the fonts that you need in your project at the beginning and then import them all at once, but for this particular project I'll be importing them individually, and yeah, that's it. We'll use them wherever we want. So a font has been applied to all the anchor tags, rather I should say to all the text that we have written inside our anchor tags. Now we'll set the font weight lighter, and let's see how it's looking. Yeah, no change, no problem. Now we'll go to our index.html file and we'll create the icons. Again, for the icons we need 4 icons, so we'll create 4 anchor tags because again the icons are clickable, and inside href we'll write hashtag and we'll create 4 because there are 4: search, favorite, checkout and login. Now we need to import these icons, so we'll use Google Fonts only and we'll click on icons. We'll search for search, and here is the first icon that we need. Now we'll scroll down, we'll copy this span and we'll paste it inside our first anchor tag because our first button was obviously search, so we'll paste it in the first anchor tag. We'll save it. Let's see if it has imported. Yeah, it has been imported successfully. Now in the same way we'll add other icons as well. So our second icon was favorite. Let's type favorite. Yeah, here is the cute heart that we want. Now we'll copy this span and we'll paste it in our VS Code in the second anchor tag because we want favorite to be the second icon. And then we'll add the third icon, that is the checkout icon. So we'll type shopping cart checkout. Yeah, so here is our icon. We'll click on it, we'll copy the span, we'll paste this span in the third anchor tag. The fourth one was login, so we'll type login and we'll do the same for this. So our icon is the second one. We'll copy the span and paste it in the fourth anchor tag. Now I know some people use Font Awesome, but for this particular project I don't need so many icons, so I'm using the icons of Google Fonts only. So here are our icons and they're looking pretty well. So now we have this div with the class name logo. So we'll type dot logo and we'll set display to flex. Basically we want the fashion word to come in straight line, like the fashion word is coming below the diamond icon, but we want everything to be in one line. So we'll set display to flex, justify content space around, align items center, and flex direction row. No, that's not required, it's default properties row only. We'll save it, and before saving, we'll save it for now. Let's see. Yeah, now the fashion word has come in a straight line. Previously it was coming below the diamond tag, below the diamond icon, but now it's coming in one line. So now it's looking much better. We'll save this. We'll go to our index.html file. Now actually not index.html file, to a CSS file, and we'll actually create a root. So colon root, then we'll write pink and its color code is hashtag E79EA7. Then another color we have, that's green, and its color code is hashtag D7FECF. I forgot to put the semicolon. Yeah. Now we have a third color blue, So we'll type blue hashtag and we'll type its color code. Basically this route is very useful. We will not have to type these complex codes again and again. We can just write where pink and we'll get this color. So it's very helpful. Now let's go to google.com and type text color generator CSS, because if you have seen the original website, the color was not white, it was a mixture of pink and blue. So yeah, we'll generate that text color. We'll copy the first color, that's pink. We'll paste it over here and here we get our color. Now we'll copy the blue color and we'll paste it over here, and that's our blue color. And you can see that we are choosing the orientation to be radial. Yeah, now it's looking much better. So we'll copy this code. We'll click on copy and this has been copied to a clipboard. Now we'll paste it to whatever element. Yeah, so we wanted to give it to H2, so we'll paste it over here. First we'll set the background to black and then we'll paste this color. Let me format this file. Yeah, now it's looking much better. Let's save it. Let's see if it has been applied. Yeah. So now our logo is ready and we need to give the same color to the span also. Span, that is the diamond, the search icons and all the icons. So we need to give them the same color as well. So we'll type span and we'll paste the same thing over here. First we'll set the background to black. No, that's not required. We'll just paste it over here. We'll save it and we'll see. Yeah, now that color has been applied to all our span, all the icons and our logo as well. Let's do it 50% and 50% blue, 50% pink, and font weight bolder. Let's save it. That's not required. Yeah, I actually wrote this property in the middle, so we'll type it in the end, then we'll save it. Yeah, so now the color is looking much more attractive and I don't think font weight bolder has done anything, but it's okay. Now we'll create a div with a class name main text. Inside that we'll create two divs, left side and right side. This is basically for the text on the left side and the image on the right side, and we'll declare it as flexbox. So that's why we are doing this. We are creating two divs with the class name left side and right side. Now we'll add style or properties to these two divs. First of all, we'll add properties to main text. So we'll write dot main text, we'll set its width to 95%, height 90% or 90 VH basically. Background color would be green. It's actually transparent in the final project, but as of now we are keeping it green so that it's easily visible and we can easily edit the icons and all the things. And then we'll, after all the things are done, then we'll set it to black or transparent. So position of the header will be fixed, top 0 and left also 0. Let's save this. Now let's see. Yeah, now the header is fixed. It will remain on the top. If we'll scroll down also, then also it will remain on the top because we have set its position as fixed. Z index, let it be 1000 or whatever. Let's give it the highest value. Now we have to give some properties to this dot main text. So position we'll set as absolute, top, so not text outline, top 10%, left 1%. Let's save it. From the top it's okay, but from the left it's not okay. So we'll set the top as 9%. Not 9s, 9%. And from the left we'll set it to 2%. No, it's not looking good. We'll remove this left and top. We'll directly set margin 1 rem auto. This is a disaster, dude. Let's add the top 9% again and let's see what happens. Yeah, now it's coming fine. Now it's looking much better, but we'll make the top as 5% and see what happens. No, this is not looking good. We'll set it to 8%. Yeah, okay, acceptable. Now we'll go to our index.html file. No, we'll come back to a style.css file. Dot left side width, we'll set it to 40%, not dollar, 40%. Height to 100%, and background will be black. Again, it's actually transparent in the final project, but for better visibility we are using these colors, and we'll change it once all the changes and all the texts are added. We'll do the same for right side. We'll add width to 60% and we'll do the background red. Let's save it and see how it looks like. So we'll add display flex to the main text, align item center, and justify content space flex start. Yeah, now it's looking good. Now we have a left side and the right side. Right side will be used for image and left side will be used for text. We'll type google.com. So if you don't know how I remove the background of my images, so you type image background remover, click on the first link and upload your image here. I'll show you one example so that you don't get into any problem. And we'll choose pick 7 and we'll open it over here. Let me show you how it looked like before. We'll open it with photos. You can see it has this yellow background. Okay, now if we want to remove this background, you have to follow what I just did. You have to come to www.remove.bg and you have to download this image, and this image is without background. I'll open it for you all. Yeah, so this is without background image, and this is how I used images in this project. So you can follow this trick if you want. If you were curious about that, how he removed the background of his images, so this is how I did it. So I thought of telling you. Now let's add the text and the images. So first we'll start with the left hand side with the text first, and we'll create a div with the class name first. Then we'll create a paragraph and we'll write style is a way to say who you are without having to speak. Yeah, and then we'll make another div with the class name second. We'll add an h3 over here and we'll write get all the latest trends clothes at an affordable rate. Yeah, now we'll create a button, shop now, and we'll add an icon also here, that checkout item icon. I'm saying item. Checkout icon we'll add here. So we'll copy this span and we'll paste it over here after the shop now text. We'll save it. Now let's see what happened to our website. So as of now only this button is visible because the text is obviously black in color, so we'll have to change the color of the text so that it becomes visible. We'll go to a style.css file. In the left side we'll add display flex so that all the items are coming properly and displaying properly. Align item center. Flex direction we'll set it to column. Justify content space around, and we'll save it. Now let's see. Yeah, but the color is still black, so we'll set the color to white. Now it should be visible. Yeah, now it's visible and they are placed perfectly. Now we'll add padding 1 rem. We'll save it. Now we'll go to fonts and we'll search for another font, that is Pacifico. Yeah, this is the font that we want. We'll scroll down, we'll click on regular 400, view selected families, remove this oleo script, and we'll click on import. We'll copy whatever is written inside the style tag. We'll directly copy font family and we'll paste it over here. Let's save it, and yeah, the font has been applied. You can see get all the latest trend, float at an affordable rate. The font family has been changed. So now we'll edit the dot first, take the class name with first. So we'll type dot first. We'll set the width as 100%. We'll set the background color as transparent. We'll set the color as white. We'll set the height as 50%. We'll set the font size as 3 rem. We'll save it. Yeah, now it's looking good. But I want the text to be in center. And before that we have to import this style because the font family is not being applied to this class dot first. So we'll import it first. Yeah, now it has been applied. Now it's looking good. So now we'll scroll down and we'll set the padding as 1 rem, and as I told you I want the text to be in the center, so we'll also set text align as center, and let's save it. Let's see. Yeah, now it's looking really good, but we'll make the font size as 3.5 rem. Yeah, now it's looking much better. Now we'll type dot second, width 100%, height we are going to set it as 10%, background we are going to set it as white. Let's save it. Let's see. Yeah, so this has been applied, but the text has gone, like the text has become invisible because the text is also white, background is also white. So we'll set the color as black. We'll set the display as flex. Align items center. Justify content center, and font size will be 1.1 rem. Let's save this. Let's see how it's looking. Before that, let's add border radius 2 rem. Now let's see how it's looking. Yeah, now it's looking good, but the font family is not looking good, so we'll change it later. But first let's set the width as 80%. Yeah, now it's looking better. Now we'll change the font because it's not looking good, it's not clearly visible. So we'll go back, we'll search cormorant yeah, SC. So the first font, this is what we want. This is how the font looks like. We'll again add, like we'll click on light 300. We'll remove the Pacifico because we have already imported it. We'll copy whatever is written inside the style tag. We'll again copy it to our CSS file. At the very top, we'll import it. And now we can use this font family. So we'll copy this font family, Cormorant SC, Serif. We'll copy this and we'll paste it over here. Let's save this, and yeah, now the text is looking much more clear and visible, and it's looking much more better. Now we'll edit this button because it's not looking good. So for that, we'll type button. We'll set its width first, width as 60%. Then we'll set its height as 4 rem, border radius as 2 rem. Then we'll add a background, black. Let's save it. Yeah, the text is not visible because the text color is also black. So we'll add color as pink. So this is the benefit of creating a root. You can directly write var and pink. We don't have to use that 6-digit color code. So yeah, the pink color has been applied to our button text. Now we'll add a border, 2px solid white. Transition, leave it for now, we'll add it later. Let's add font family. Font family will be Pacifico cursive. Let's save it and see if all these properties has been applied. Yeah, all of those has been applied. Let's increase the font size to 2 rem. Yeah, now it's looking perfect. Now when we hover on this, we want it to zoom out a little bit. So we'll type button :hover and we'll type word spacing 0.0.535. Yeah, 5 rem. Font size will be 2.2 rem. Cursor will be pointer. Word spacing is basically the space between the words will be increased by 0.5 rem. Then we'll add padding left 1 rem. Let's save it. Yeah, now it's looking good, but we'll add transition now because we want it to be a little smooth. So we'll add transition 1 second. Yeah, now it's looking good. Now whenever we'll hover on it, the word spacing and all these properties will be applied to it. So our button is done, it's looking perfect. Now we'll reduce the width of the dot first to 80% so that the text comes in 3 lines. And we'll make the justify content to space evenly. Yeah, now it's looking perfect. We'll set its height to 50%. No, not 50%. We'll set it to 100% only. And we have to reduce this height. We'll set it to 30%. Yeah, now it's looking perfect. The text, the button, everything is looking perfect. So now we have come back to our Visual Studio Code and we'll change the width of the left side to 35% and the right side to 65% because I want that the image should also get some space. And as you saw, the text is getting left aligned, so we'll apply text align center so it will come in the center and it's looking perfect. Now we'll go to our index.html file and we'll add the image. So for that we'll type img and we'll add our image, that is pixels, this free stock one, and we'll save it. In the alt we'll write image. Let's save this as well. Now let's see. Yeah, the image is looking good. And now we'll add width and height to this image. So first of all, we'll set the property of right side. We'll set the display property as flex, align item center, justify content center. Yeah. Now we'll increase the width and height of this image. So dot right side img, width is going to be 100%, 110%, and height is going to be 110%. Let's save it. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, it's looking really good, but it's like you can see the scroll bar. So for that, we'll set overflow as hidden. So now the scroll bar in the x-axis has disappeared and it's looking good. Now we'll add border in the main text and we'll add 5px solid green because I have to edit something. So I need to see like what's the space main text is occupying and highlight it with a border so that I can edit it easily. So we'll set the top to 8%. We'll set the right to 0. Yeah, now it's looking good. This is because of the image, the right hand bag of the image. So now we'll save it and we'll set the background to transparent. Now we have to set the main text background to also, no, this is the right side background, so we have to set it to transparent as well. Now we'll save it. Yeah, now it's looking perfect, and we'll do the same for the left hand side. So left side background, it will be transparent. Let's save it. Let's see. Yeah, now it's looking good. So our homepage is almost ready and it's looking perfect. So this is the homepage, it's ready. And now let's just have a look at it. It's really fascinating. I really love this video playing in the background, and according to me, I guess that's the most fascinating thing about this particular website. Like that's the thing I love about this website the most. Now let's come back to our index.html file. And here we'll make a second container with a class name container2. Now we'll add some styling, some properties to this container2. So we'll write dot container2. We'll set its width to 100%. We'll set its height to auto. We'll set its background. No, but before background, we'll set its height to 100 VH so that it's visible at least. And we'll set its background color to black. Let's save it. And why is it not visible? Let's make its height to auto. Let's save it. And in our index.html file, let's add a para with a class name heading. And we'll type men here. We'll save this. We'll write dot heading and we'll set the color to white. We'll set the font size to 4 rem. We'll add padding top 4 rem. Then text align center. Font family Pacifico cursive. Let's save it. Let's see. Yeah, it's coming on the top, but it's not coming as we want. So we'll make the height of the container, the first container, to 100 VH. I guess now it will solve the problem. Yeah, now the problem has been solved. Now the second container is coming after this first container. So now it's perfectly fine. Now in the container 2, we'll set its height to 100 VH so that it's visible. Yeah. So we have set the height of the container 2 as 100 VH. And we'll set it to auto again. We set it like we had set it to 100 VH in order to verify that it's positioned correctly. And now we have again set it to auto. We'll go back to index.html and we have this men written over here. So we have to add more things over here. We have to add products also, but before that we'll add underline. So for that we'll create a div with the class name underline. I know we can set the text decoration to underline directly to the text, but I don't want that. So we'll create like a div with a class name underline and we'll set these properties to it. So background white, height 0.5 rem, width 35%. And it's, yeah, here it is. So now we'll have to bring it to the center. So for that, we're going to set position as absolute, not absolute, we are setting it to relative. Not text, top. Yeah, top is going to be 0% and border radius is going to be 2 rem. Yeah, the border radius has been applied, it's looking good, but we have to bring it to the center. So left, we'll set it to 20%. Let's save it. We'll have to increase this value from 20% to 30%. Now it's looking much better, but we need more, so we'll set it to 33%. Yeah, now it's looking perfect. It's perfectly in the center and it's looking good. So we'll keep the value of left to be 33% only and we'll set the top as 10%. And no changes, no problem. We leave it like that, it's looking good. Now let's move on to our index.html file and we'll create a div with a class name .mens. We'll save it. We'll add some properties and styling to it. So type .mens, width 100%, height is gonna be auto. Let's do it 10 VH to make sure it's visible. But we'll have to add a background color. We'll add red. Yeah, it's there. It's working. So now we'll set the height to auto again. We'll move back to index.html and we'll create another div with the class name products. And inside this there will be images and the text as well. So we'll divide this into two parts, top and bottom. Top will be for the image and bottom will be for the text, that stars, the button, etc. So we have created two divs with the class name top and bottom. Now we'll add styling to them. Dot products. Width is going to be 30 rem. Height is going to be 40 rem. Background is going to be black because I love black. Color is going to be not wheat, it's going to be white. Yeah, so it's coming there. Let's change this background color to red so that it's more visible, so that you guys can see it. Yeah, so it's there and all the properties are working correctly. So now what we have to do is we'll go back to our index.html file and we'll add the images and the text. So image will be in the top. We'll type image, source is pro1.remove background preview.png, and in the alt we will write image and we'll save it. So here is our image. Now, as I told you, in the bottom there would be text. So H2 will be black and white shirt. Then there will be a paragraph. First, let's save it. It's not visible because of the image, I guess. So let's add styling to it first so that these things are visible. So dot top, we will set its width to 100%. Then we'll set its height to 60%. We'll add a background, green, so that it's visible distinctly, and then we'll add display to be flex, align items center, justify content center, and yeah, let's save it and see. Yeah, see, now it's visible. The green section is the top section for the image, and the bottom section is all for the text, and our text is in the bottom section in the white color. We can see it. Now let's add some more properties to products. Display as flex, align items center, justify content space around, and flex direction will be column. Let's save it. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, it's looking good. The text has come in the center and it's looking good. And now we will add more things in the text, paragraph and all those things. So they will come exactly in the center because of this display flex. Now we'll add some properties to image also. So we'll set its width to 100%, height as 100%. Let's save it. So it will acquire all the width and height of the green box, that is our top box. And in the products, we'll add margin top to 4 rem. We'll save it. Not much changes. We'll add some properties to dot bottom. Width to be 100%. Height to be 45%. Background is gonna be green. No, not green, gray. Yeah. Border radius in the top is gonna be 30 rem. No, it's coming in circle. So we're going to remove this property as of now, and in the products we are going to set margin as 4 rem. Yeah, now it has some space from the left as well. Now let's type google.com, and we again want some fonts. So we'll go back to fonts.google.com. We'll click on icons, filled stars. It's not there. In the rounded, no, it's not there. We'll write star. Yeah, star is available. So we'll actually fill this star. Yeah, this is what we want. We'll click on this. We'll again copy this link and we'll paste it in our HTML file in the head section. So yeah, we'll paste it over here in the head section. And in the style.css we have nothing to do, so we'll come back to index.html, and here we can add our stars, which are basically ratings. So we'll add them inside a p tag. So we'll copy this span and we'll paste it inside this p tag, and we'll paste it multiple times, as many stars as we want. So we'll give this shirt 4 stars. Yeah, it's coming, but it's not filled, so I guess we'll have to add style for it. We'll come back here, we'll add, or we'll basically copy this text inside the style tag, and we'll paste it over here. We'll remove this style tag because it's already style sheet. Let's save it. Yeah, now these stars are filled. Now we want a star half because someone is going to give 4.5 rating out of 5. So we want star half as well. So we will directly copy this span and we'll paste it in our index file. Below this, let's save this. Let's see. Yeah, it's looking perfect. We have successfully added half star as well. So now we are going to add price. So for that we'll use h3 tag $21. Then we'll add a button, add to cart, and then we'll have that icon of cart, of checkout button, the checkout icon which we used in our header. We'll paste the same checkout icon here as well. So where is that? Yeah, here it is, shopping cart checkout. We'll copy this and we'll paste it over here after add to cart. We'll save this. Yeah, the icon has been added. Now we'll go to style.css, and in the button, sorry, not in the button, in the bottom we'll add display flex, justify content space between, and align item center, so that all the buttons and all these things come in one line. Yeah, but we will have to set the flex direction as column, so it will look good. Yeah, now it's looking good. We'll set the margin top as 1 rem so that it has some space from the top. Now we'll add some styling to the h2 tag of the bottom. So font size 3 rem, text align will be center, color will be white, not wheat, it will be white. Let's save it. Yeah. Now dot bottom h3, so we'll add some styling to h3 as well. So font size is going to be 2 rem or 2.5 rem. Let's save it. Yeah, it's looking perfect. And we'll set its color to green. Again, we don't have to write that color code, we can directly write where and the green. So it will give our h3 the green color that we want. And let's save it. Let's see. Yeah, the green color has been applied to our h3. Now we'll write dot products button. We'll edit that button as well. So width is going to be 70%. Yeah, much better. And margin from bottom is going to be 1 rem. Let's save it. Yeah, now it's looking good. Margin from top and margin from bottom, we have got 1 rem, so there is some space. Font family, we'll have to again import it. So we'll go back to fonts. We'll search Folio script, the first one, but we have already imported it. Yeah, so we'll just copy it from here. I thought we have not imported that yet. So we'll copy it from here and we'll just directly paste it over here. So our button will, the text in our button will get this font family. Yeah, now it's looking good, but we'll have to increase its size. So font size will be set to 2.8 rem. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, now it's looking much better. height is gonna be, let's say 4.5 rem. Let's save it. Word spacing is gonna be 0.5 rem. Then background is gonna be black. Color is gonna be pink. Yeah, now it's looking good, and it has the hover effect as well. Let's apply a semicolon here, semicolon here, semicolon here. Now let's copy this because we want 9 products of men. So we'll copy this thing. And we'll paste it over 9 times because we want 9 products. So we'll paste it over 9 times. And then we will edit the items and the price individually. Let's see. Okay, they are coming in one line, and that's not how we want them. So again, we'll have to set display flex and all that. So we'll come to a style.css, and in a men's, we'll set the display as flex, align item center, and justify content space evenly. Now they have come in one line, but it's not the way we want. So flex wrap will be wrap, and yeah, now it's looking perfect. And yeah, now we just have to change the images and the text individually. We'll remove the last one because we want only 9 of them. Let's go, or basically let's move on the top. Yeah, now I will add the product 2. Then we'll edit the text, that is duo color shirt. Then I want to give it only 3.5 stars. No, I will give it actually 5 stars, and we'll remove this half star. We'll change the price to $25. Let's save it. Let's see. Yeah, so our duo color shirt has been added. Duo color shirt. Sorry, I wrote it 2 times, so I'll remove it. Yeah, let's save it. Yeah, now it's looking perfect. So yeah, I've changed the text and the price and the image as well. Now we'll come to the style.css file, and in the dot products, we'll set the height as 48 rem. Yeah, now the image is much more visible, and the length of the image is also looking good. So I showed you one example how we are going to edit the image, the text, and the price as well as the stars. So now I'm going to edit all the 9 of them, and then I'll start the video because this is a part of typing and not coding. So I'll just skip this part, and I will not waste your precious time. So yeah, I have edited all of them. Okay, you can see I have added all the products, changed the names, the prices, the stars, all of the things. But you can see some pictures are looking good, like this black ripped jeans, but some are not looking good, like this ripped blue jeans. So now what we'll do, we'll add classes to these images individually, and then we'll edit them. We'll set the width and height for them individually. Okay, so we're going to add a class and set the class name as product 3. In the product 5, we are going to add a class with name with product 5. Here we are going to add class product 6. Now I'm going to copy this thing, and I'm going to paste it wherever or whatever image needs to be edited, I'll change the numbering to product 7, product 8 and product 9. Now we'll go to style.css. I'll show you only one. Okay, rest I'll do it in the background because I again don't want to waste your time. Okay, so we'll write dot products dot top dot product 3, and we are going to set its width to say 50% and height is going to be 100%. Let's save it. Let's see. Yeah, now the jeans is coming, like it's looking good. And now in the similar manner, we are going to edit the product 5, that is the ring, product 6, that is the shoes. Basically, we are going to copy this thing and we are going to paste it multiple times. Yeah, now we'll edit product 5. So we'll type product 5, then we'll edit product 6. So let me type 6 and then the product 7. So product 5, let the width be 80%. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, width is okay, but we'll have to decrease the height also. So let the height be 80% as well. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, now it's looking good. Now turn for product 6. Let the width be 100% and the height be 80%. Let's save it. And the product 7, let the width be 100% and the height be 80%. Let's save it and let's see how it's looking. Yeah, so shoe is coming perfectly. Red stylish shoes are also coming perfectly, but the watch is not coming perfectly, so we'll have to edit it. We'll have to set its width and height. So we'll make the background transparent. Here also we'll make it transparent, and here also we'll make it transparent. Now all the editing is done, so we'll now make it transparent. That is the original color that we want in our website. So whatever color we have given, red, blue, randomly, we'll all make it to transparent. So yeah, this is the final outcome. And that's how our images look right now. That's how our men's section look right now. Now what we will do is, yeah, in the products, we'll set the margin top as 6 rem. Yeah, so there is some gap between the underline and the products. Let it be 8 rem so that there's more gap. Yeah, now it's looking good. And the hover effect is also working perfectly. Now we'll type dot products hover. That is when we'll bring the cursor over these products, what should happen. So when we'll hover on this, the cursor should become pointer. The background should become black. It's black only. And the width should increase a little bit. Originally it was 30 rem and the height will be 50 rem and the border will be 2px solid white. Let's save this. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, it's working, but I don't like this sharp edges, so we'll change it. But before that, let me add transition so that it's smooth transition of 1 second. Let me save it. Yeah, now it's much better. And let me give it a border radius of 2 rem. Let's save it. Yeah, now it's looking good because I don't like those sharp edges. Yeah, so hover effect is working properly. We'll add transition to 0.5 second. Yeah, so 1 second was a bit longer. It was taking a bit longer, so we made it 0.5 seconds. Now in the width, we will make it 33 rem because 30 was the original, and when we were hovering on the product, the height is increasing but the width is not increasing since 30 was the original. So we'll make it to 33 rem so that it shows the hover effect and it gives us a more clear effect. Yeah, now it's looking good. Now the hover effect is working perfectly. Now we'll come back to our Visual Studio Code. We'll come back to index.html. So basically our men's section is ready. Now we have to make women's section. So what we do is we'll copy this whole container, okay, and we'll just make a few changes. Okay, so first let's see where this div ends. Yeah, so we'll copy all this thing. Yeah, we'll copy till here, Ctrl+C, and then we are going to paste it below this thing, because the women's section is after the men's section, so we are going to paste it after that. So yeah, let's save it. Let's see. So this is the men's section and this is the women's section. We have not made changes to the images and the text, so it's still the same as men's section, but we will come back to our VS Code editor and we'll start making the changes. First we'll make it as container 3, then we'll type woman, we'll save it. Okay, so now the background has become white and the text is also white, so it's not showing up but it's there. So now we have come to a CSS file so that we can change the color and all. So .container3, because women's section is a container 3, so we'll add width to it as 100%. Height is gonna be auto. Background is gonna be white, semicolon. Then .container3 and .heading, that is woman, the word woman, so its color is black. We'll save it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's coming. A heading is coming in black just as we wanted, and we'll set its height to 0.5 rem. You're not here, sorry. We'll set its font size to 4 rem. We'll remove this because I cannot see any changes in it. So .container3 .underline, this is basically the underline div that we have created. So background will be black because it's not a text, so we'll not add color, we'll directly add background because it's a div. So yeah, now underline is also visible. Now we'll write .container3 .products, background will be white and color will be black. So now the text will also become visible. No, it has not become visible. Why? Let me just figure it out. Let me just remove it and let me add the class bottom h2. Okay, now if we'll write color black, I guess this must fix the problem. .container3 .bottom h3, color will be green. This is basically the $sign, so we are adding an RGB 0 218 and then again 0. So this is the green color we have chosen for white because we want a little bit more green, a darker shade of green basically. So that's why we have added a different green color here. But yeah, the text has become black and it's visible, and the green color, that is the price, is also now visible and it's looking perfect. But when we are hovering over it, the background is becoming black, so we'll write container3 .product hover. So we want that whenever the cursor comes on this product, cursor should become the pointer and the background should become white rather than black, and the color, there's no border also, so the border should be 2px solid black. Let's save it. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, now the border is visible and the width and the height are working perfectly, so we don't need to make any changes in it. Now I'll basically change the images, the text and the stars and the pricing. Okay, so I'll show you first product how I'm changing it. Okay, so I've changed the image, now I'm changing the text and I'm showing you this product. After this I'll change each and every product, okay, the image, the text, and then I'll start the video because I don't want to waste your time because that's not involved in coding, it's only the typing part. So I'm showing you the first product. Okay, so I've changed the number of stars, I've changed the text, I've changed the first image, and the image is not perfect. We'll adjust its width and height later on, but first let me add all the items and then I'll start the video. Yeah, so I've added all these items. The images, some images are looking good but some are not coming the way we want them to be displayed. Okay, like this shoe is not coming perfectly, but the princess gown is coming perfectly. This skinny black jeans is not coming nice. And so yeah, now we'll follow the same procedure. We'll add classes to these individual images, okay, and then we'll set the width and height of them individually. So again we'll add a class, and I'm again showing you only the first image, okay, how you will set the width and height. Rest I'll do it in the background and I'll then start the video after I'm done with all this work. So dot container 3 dot product pro 30, width is gonna be 60% and height is gonna be 100%. Let's save this, let's see what happens. Yeah, now the picture is looking really good. Okay, so in the similar manner I'll edit the rest ones also and then I'll start the video. Okay, so yeah, now I have like fixed each and every image. So now each and every image is looking good. So yeah, now this section is complete and it's looking nice. Okay, we'll come back to our index.html file and now we will again copy this full container 3 and we'll paste it below this because we want to make children's section and everything is same, just we need to change the text and images, that's it. So we are going to copy this whole container 3 and then we are going to paste it below container 3 because the children's section is after the women's section. So yeah, we'll go down a little bit and I'm leaving so much space so that you know it's clearly visible that okay, from here the women's section is starting, from here the children's section is starting. So for that I'm leaving so much of space. Okay, again we'll change this to container 4, then we'll change that the background color. We'll type dot container 4 because it's the fourth container, and background we'll give it black, color will be white, then width is going to be 100% as usual. Let's save it, let's see. Yeah, this is the women's section, then again children's section in black because we are following black, white, black, that trend, so we'll keep it going. So container 4 is black. Now coming back to index.html file, we'll change this to children because it's the children's section. Yeah, now it's looking good. Now I'll obviously change the images and the text and the price because children's clothes are a bit cheaper, they're not so much expensive. So I'll show you one how I'm changing the text and all. But rest again I'll change them in the background, the images, the text, and just start the video when I'm done. Okay, so yeah, this is the first product and I showed you how I changed it, the image, the text, and now I'll start the video after I have changed each and every text and each and every image of the children's section. So yeah, now I'm done and I didn't have to adjust any images here. Okay, so yeah, like every image had the perfect width and height, so I didn't have to edit or set width or height differently for any image, or rather I should say I didn't set width and height individually for any image, they were all perfect. So yeah, this is our children's section, we are done with the children's section. Now we are going to make container 5, which is going to be the offers section basically. Let me close this div. Yeah. Okay, so here we have this will be the offer, so let's change it to offers and let's save it. Yeah, now it's coming perfect. Let's make it container 3 again because we want it white, and if you remember, container 3 was women's section, so it was white. So instead of writing all those background color again, we have just used container 3 over here. Now we'll create a div with the class name offers2, and you can make, or you can put any class name, whatever is easy for me. I write those class names, but you can take any class name. Okay, it's not that you have to take these class names only. So we'll type dot offers2. We'll give it a background of white color. Width is gonna be 80%. Then margin top is gonna be 3 rem. So first we'll set the height as 90 rem. Okay, so we are making a container inside which those 4 offers will come. Okay, so that we can display flex and all those things. So let me change the color so that it's more visible. So here is a container. Okay, now we'll add some properties to container 3. That is, width is gonna be 100%. We're not going to edit container 3. We'll make it container 4. We'll remove this and we'll remove this as well because it's not looking good. Okay, so we'll directly put the 4 offers. We're not putting any heading or stuff like that. So display will be flex, align items center, justify content not baseline, center. Yeah, let's save it. Flex direction is going to be column. Let's save it. Let's see. Yeah, so the box is now perfectly centered. So now we are going to set the height as auto. Okay, now we'll come back to our index.html file. Inside this offers2, we had 4 offers, so we'll name it parts. We have 4 parts, so we'll first design part 1. So inside that we have a heading, so h1 tag, pay using your credit card. Yeah, and then we'll add a paragraph, get up to 50% off on paying with HDFC credit cards. Then we are gonna add a button, that is apply offer. We're going to save it. Now first we'll add an image, and image source will be credit.png. Okay, we'll save it. First we'll add an alt image. Let's save it. Let's see if it's coming inside this particular box that we have created. Now we'll add some styling to this dot parts. Width is gonna be 50 rem. Height is gonna be say 40 rem. Then background is gonna be red, just to make it distinctly visible as of now. Then we'll make it transparent or white, whatever according to our needs, but just for now, so that it's visible, I'll give it background red. Display is gonna be flex. Everywhere we have flex box, so align items center, flex direction column, justify content space between. Yeah, let's save it. Before saving, let me let's just save it for now. Let's see. Yeah, now all the things have come in the center. Now we'll edit this image. We'll set the width and height for this image. So dot parts image, because this image is inside the parts. So dot parts image width is going to be 60% and height is going to be say 60% as well. So let's save it. Yeah, now it's looking good. And I guess I don't need to change the width and height, they are like perfect. So we'll go with 60% only. Now we had actually 4 offers, so we'll duplicate it, or you can say we'll paste it 4 times, or you can say we'll copy it and paste it 4 times. Now I'm going to change the heading of every offer. This is Valentine's Day special. We'll change the paragraph as well, get up to 40% off on diamond rings. This is random text, you can write whatever you want, okay? We'll change the image as well to rings dot remove bg, this one. Yeah, then the third offer, the heading would be say friendship day. Yeah, friendship day offer, and we are going to change this paragraph as well. Buy 2 jackets and get 1 free. Yeah, now we'll change the image as well. Enjoy remove bg, yeah, this one. Now the last offer, we're going to change the heading to free coupons. Now we are going to change the paragraph. Do a shopping of $100 and get free coupons of $50, or you can write worth $50, not rupees, worth $50, sorry. So yeah, image will change it to rewards.png. Now let's see. Now they are coming in 1 line. We don't want them to be in 1 line. So we'll again take the help of flexbox and flex wrap. So let me come to my CSS file. Yeah, so this is offers 2. So display, because all these parts are in this offers box, so we are going to make this a flex box, align item center, justify content space evenly. We are going to save it. Yeah, now we are going to add flex wrap as rep. Let's save it. Now it should be fine. Yeah, now it's looking good, but I guess I'll have to adjust the margin. I want a little bit more gap, so margin 1 rem. Let's save it. No, this again wrapped and came in single line, so we'll make the width of the box 85%. Yeah, now it's looking good, and all our offers are also looking good. We just have to change the background color to white and they will be perfect. Okay, so we'll change it to white, and border will be 2px solid, not white, black. Let's save it. But the text is not visible because the text is also white, so we'll change the color to black. Save it. Yeah, now it's visible. The text is also visible. The images are also looking good, but I don't like sharp edges, as I told you, so we'll adjust it later. But before that, we'll add some styling to h1 heading. So dot parts h1 font size is going to be 4 rem, and font family will be OleoScript / caps that we have already used previously in our project. So we are going to just paste it over here. We have already imported it previously. So same we'll do with the paragraph tag. The font size is going to be 2 rem, and the font family will be this one will be Cormorant SC. Okay, this one also we have used previously in our project, so we are just going to paste it over here. We have already imported it, but I'm going to make its font weight a little bit bolder. Yeah, now it's visible and it's looking good. but then also I'll reduce the font size to 1.5 rem, 1.8 rem. Let's save it. Yeah, now it's looking perfect. So we'll go with 1.8 rem. Now I'm not liking this sharp edges, so we'll make it, but first we'll like make this box. No, what we did this. So sorry guys, I made some mistake over here. Let me just figure it out really quick. Yeah, so we'll name it container 2. I guess then things should work fine. Yeah, now it's working perfectly. Here we will add two IDs, black. Okay. It's ID, so we'll use hashtag black, and we'll make its background black and the color will be white. But before that, border will be 2px solid white. Let's save it. Yeah, but we had to make that color white. Yeah, now it's looking good. So actually we used this ID because 2 boxes were black and 2 were white, so we applied the property to all the boxes. But first let's make this border radius. Yeah, now it's looking good. Now I'm feeling good after seeing these round edges. Yeah, so first of all we applied the same properties to all the offers. Then since we had to make only 2 offers black, so we used that ID hashtag black. Now we'll edit the button as well. So parts button, font size will be 3 rem, and the font family is going to be let's actually use a new font family, and it's cookie. Yeah, this one. We'll add it, we'll dismiss this thing, we'll import it, we'll copy whatever is written inside the style tag, we'll paste it over on the top, we'll paste it over here on the very top. Let's save it, then we can directly use that font family. Let's copy this font family, cookie. Let's Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. Yeah, let's save it. Now let's see if that has been applied to our website. But before that, let's add width as well, 50%. Yeah, where's the website? Yeah, now it's looking good. Apply offer. I thought it should be a little bit different from the other text, so we use a different font family, and word spacing is going to be 2 rem. No, not 2 rem. We'll have to reduce it a little bit. Let's make it 1.7 rem or 1.5 rem, 1.2 rem. Okay, now it's looking better. Yeah, so we'll go with 1.2 rem. It's looking much better now. Okay, we'll save it, and now dot parts over, because in the final project you must have seen that when we are bringing cursor over this part, its width and height is increasing. So width was 50, so we'll make it 53. Height was 40, so we'll make it 43. Cursor will be pointer. Let's save it, but we'll have to add transition as well, so that it's like it increases its width and height smoothly. So transition would be of 1 second. Let's save it. Yeah, now it's coming. Yeah, now it's looking good. Okay, all the 4 offers are now looking really good, and they are working the same way as we wanted. So we'll just save this. Now we will add this heading with an ID of heading, not heading, let's just keep it head. Let's keep it short and sweet. So hashtag head, color would be black, because I want that text offers. Okay, yeah, the text has come, but we need to change it to offers. It's children as of now, so we'll change it to offers. Let's save it. Okay, now in the style we'll add text decoration as underline. Save it. Yeah, now it's looking good. Now we'll create the footer section. Okay, that's our last section. Obviously footer is the last section of every website, but yeah, so we'll create a div with a class name footer. Then inside this div we are gonna create two parts. One is the upper part and one is the lower part. It's upper, not upper. Yeah, upper part, and one will be the lower part. Upper part will be for the newsletters and all the things, and lower part would be the text that designed and developed by Dexter Naman. So first we'll edit footer. We'll add some styles and properties to dot footer. So width is going to be 100%. We want it to be on the full width, or we want it to occupy the full width of the screen basically. So width is going to be 100%, height is going to be 60 VH, and background is going to be black. So yeah, now it's visible. Let's increase this to 65 VH so that we get more space, because we have two parts over here, lower and upper. So first dot upper, height is going to be say 80%, and this 80% is out of 65 VH. Okay, so 80% of 65 VH, that will apply to upper. Then width is going to be 100%, yeah. Then lower, the width is going to be 100%, and the height is going to be 20% obviously. Let's just save it. Now in the upper, let's add three things, because we want our logo, the information of the company. Okay, so we'll create a div with ID B. In this we'll add h1, or before that let me create three boxes, because the first one is the information about company, second is contact info, and the third one is newsletter. So that's why we have created three boxes. Now we'll add some properties to these boxes before we start writing any text inside them. So width is going to be 25%, height is going to be say 100%, and background is going to be, let's keep it black as of now, and color is going to be white. This is a complete disaster, dude. Okay, so we need to fix this. Margin is going to be 1 rem, not 1 rem, let's make it 2 rem. Let's save this. And now the boxes are at least visible and you can see the boxes, but since the footer is black, this is also black, so they are not distinctly visible. So we'll make it red. Now you got to understand why I'm making these things red, blue, and so much dark and bright colors that we have even not used in our website, so that they seem distinctly and we can edit them easily. So display flex, align atom center, justify content space between. We'll apply these properties to the upper part, and here we are. Okay, flex box is really, it's just magic, dude. Okay, so now we'll add a border top in the lower section, 4 pixels solid white, so that it separates the upper part from the lower part. Now we'll come to index.html file. We want icon, the diamond icon, we want it back. So we'll click on this. We'll quickly add it because I have already added and showed you in the header section. So we want it in the first box. So first we'll place this span, that is this diamond icon. Then yeah, so here it is. Then we are going to add, but before that let me first add an h1, and inside this h1 let me add this span and let me write fashion, so that all these things come in one line. Okay, yeah, Now it's looking good. Now we'll create a paragraph. P, we deliver the best quality products, not products, quality clothes at the cheapest rates. Walk in style everywhere you go, and be updated with the latest trends. Yeah, let's put an exclamatory mark over here. Let's save it. Yeah, now let's add an image. So not add an image, let's add a div with a class image, and let's add 4 images here. These are basically let's first add image in the alt. Yeah, now we'll paste it over 4 times because we want 4 images. These are basically the social media icons. So Facebook PNG, then we have Instagram over here, so Instagram PNG, then we have Twitter, and the last we have LinkedIn. So we'll save this, and here we have 4 pictures. We'll adjust them in a moment. So we'll copy this class name images, dot images. Before editing the images, we'll first edit the container in which they are placed. So width is going to be 100%, text align is going to be center, height is going to be say 30%, not hashtag percent. Yeah, no, nothing much changed. But now we are going to do the magic. That is, we'll use our display, flex, and align items center, justify content center, no, not baseline, center. Let's save it. Let's see if anything changed. Yeah, now they have at least come in one line. Now we just have to reduce the width and height of the images, but before that we'll add a background that's going to be white because our images are black, so they would look good on the white background. Now we are going to edit the images. So dot images image, we are going to set its width and height. So width is going to be 15% and height is going to be 40%. Let's save it. Yeah, they are looking cool, but let me add margin 1 rem so that they have little space between them. Display, flex, align items center, justify content space between. So this is basically the whole box. So no, the flex direction is columns. Yeah, so this is basically the whole box. So there will be, so this is another element fashion, then there is another element, that paragraph, then there is another div. So space between means there is space between each of them, equal space between each of them. Basically text line would be center so that everything is centrally aligned. Margin, no, not, yeah, margin top is going to be 5 rem. Yeah, but let's not make it 5 rem, let's make it 3 rem. Let's save this. No, it's not, it's like going in the lower section. So we'll remove this thing, and instead let's add font size first. Yeah, now it's actually visible, the text is visible, and instead of margin we'll add padding actually, so it will be 1 rem. So yeah, now it's looking good. So we have done a first box. Now we'll come to the second box, and second box was contact info. So first we'll add an h2 or h1, contact info. Then we want 4 icons. Okay, so we'll create a div icons footer. These are basically the footer icons, that's why I named it icons footer. Again, you can name it whatever you feel like. We are going to copy this thing, and we are going to add width and height and properties to this thing. Okay, so dot icons footer, width is going to be say 100%, height is going to be 90%. Let's save it. It's not visible because the background Now it will be visible. Yeah, now it's visible. Now what we have to do is that we have to add the call icon and the number, the mail icon and all that. So we have come to Google Fonts. Again, we'll search icons, call. The first one, we'll copy this span, we'll copy it, we'll paste it over here, and we'll type the number plus 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 9 7890. Okay, yeah, the number is there but it's not visible because its color is white, so we'll change it to black. So we'll go to style.css and color is going to be black. Now it should be visible. Yeah, now it's visible. We'll go to index.html and now we'll basically just duplicate this thing because we have two numbers over here. So we'll duplicate this thing and we'll change the number, but let's first save it and see how it's coming on our website. But let's first let's change the number, then we'll see. 111 222 333, that's it. Yeah, it's coming in one line. So again, flex box, icons footer, we're going to display flex, align items center, justify content, space between or space evenly, flex direction column we'll have to do. So flex direction column. Now let's save it. Yeah, now it's looking good, but the phone and the phone number are coming in different lines and we don't want that. So we'll do something for this. What we'll do is that we can actually get this whole thing inside a div. So we'll quickly create a div with a class name matter and then we'll paste it here after the number. So all these things will come in one line. Yeah, see, now it's coming in one line. So we'll do the same thing. We'll repeat the same thing for this span as well. So dot matter, and we are going to end this div after the number. Let's save it. Okay, now let's paste it two more times because we have to like put a mail and location also. So here we are again in a Google Fonts and we'll type mail. The first one, we'll copy this particular span and we are going to paste it over here, or we'll just write mail. It's all the same thing, it's only the matter inside the span. So then we'll type location, and we'll scroll up. We want the second icon, so we'll just type location on, or we'll just copy this span and we'll paste it in our Visual Studio Code. So yeah, let me just paste it. Let's save it. Let's see how our website is looking. Oh, what just happened, dude? Let me just fix it. I don't know what has happened. Okay, I forgot to put an arrow over here. Yeah, let's save it. Yeah, now it's looking much better. Now we'll change this number because it's a mail, so we'll write a mail over here. And this is not like we'll write randomly web developers demo@gmail.com. This is just a random email. Okay, you can write xyz@gmail.com as well. Okay, so this is a random email and we'll change the location and we'll write Delhi, India. We'll save it and yeah, we are done, but we want all these icons to be left aligned. So for that, what we're going to do is align items flex start, so everything will be left aligned. No, I guess we did it in the wrong box. We have to do this in the icons footer. Yeah, so flex start, now everything will be left aligned. Yeah, now it's looking perfect. Everything is left aligned and it's looking good. So this is a website. We have made so many things till now. Now we'll go back to our HTML file and now we'll make the newsletter. So we'll type h1 newsletter. Then we are going to have a paragraph. Get all the latest updates trends and updates and never miss out on anything. Exclamatory mark. That's important. Okay, let's save this. And so yeah, this is what we get. It's because we have applied space between. So now we'll have an input because we want email as well. So input type is going to be email. Then placeholder is going to be email ... and we're going to add a class so we can add properties to this input type. So class name will be input. Let's save this. Let's see. Yeah, so our input is ready, but it's not looking good. Now let's add a button, and the button says subscribe. Yeah, the button is perfect, but we need to edit this input. So we'll copy this class input, we'll paste it over here dot input because it's a class name. Then we'll set its width to say 85%, not 85, let's keep it 95%. Then height is going to be 20%. Background is going to be black because we love black. And yeah, this much we have done. We'll remove this background, we'll keep it white, but before that we'll we'll add the border radius 2 rem, then a border of 2px solid white. Color is going to be pink, so we don't have to write the 6-digit code, we can directly write where and then the pink. Let's save it. Let's see if it, yeah, so our text is coming in pink. Now we need to add padding and all these things. So before that we'll edit the font size, we'll make it 2 rem so that email is a little bit visible. Padding is going to be 2 rem. Yeah, we change the color of the text to black. Let's change the background to transparent, and let's change the icons footer also to transparent. We don't want white background. Okay, but color should be white. Let's save it. Yeah, now it's looking perfect. Now we'll write dot footer and h1, and we'll add a background black, and then we'll paste the same thing which we have done in header. Yeah, we want this color, so we'll paste it over here. After we have declared the background as black, we'll paste it. Let's save it and see. Yeah, so now we have a text in a combination of pink and blue color. Let's make the heading as 3 rem because it's looking huge. Okay, let's add font size 3 rem. Yeah, now it's looking much more decent. Dot footer h2, not h2p. Font size is going to be 2 rem. Let's save this. Yeah, now our paragraph text is also looking good. Actually this is box, so we'll write hashtag b. Okay, and let's make it 1.5 rem. No, not 1.5, 1.8 rem. Let's save it. Yeah, this is looking good, but we'll make it to 1.9 rem. Yeah, this is perfect. So yeah, but now we need to add line height because we want some space between the lines, so let it be 1 rem. No, not 1 rem. Let's make it 1.8 rem. No, let's make it 2 rem. Let's make it 2.5 rem. Let's save it. Yeah, this is looking good, but we'll make it 2.7 rem. Okay, so this is fine. We'll keep it 2.7 rem. Now let's add a margin bottom of 3 rem. Let's save this so that we have some margin between our upper section and lower section. Let's make it 5 rem. Okay, this is not working, I guess. Okay, yeah, now I guess it will work. Yeah, now it's working. Actually, first we are declaring the margin bottom as 5 rem, and after that we have this margin 2 rem. So margin bottom becomes 2 rem only. So that's why it was not applying, but now it will apply. So we have made the margin bottom 3 rem, and we have also increased the width to 18% so that these icons look much better. Let's come back to our index.html file, and in the lower section there's nothing much to write. We just have to write designed and developed by. And the reason why I'm writing this in H2 and H1 different tags is just the color, because designed and developed by will come in white, and since we have added the color in H1, so yeah, that's the color we get because of H1. So that's why I wrote text element in H1 and developed and designed by, that thing I wrote in H2. So display flex, align items center, and justify content center. This is for the lower. Okay, so font size is going to be 2 rem and color is going to be white. Let's save this. Let's see. Yeah, it's looking good. Dot lower H2, we need some space, so margin right is going to be 1.5 rem. Let's save it. Yeah, this much space, what I'm saying, much space is fine. We'll move ahead. Now as you see, when we clicked on this search icon, it took us to the top, that is at the main page, and whichever section we are, if we click on this icon, it will just take us to the top. So this was the problem which I was telling you about when I just started the video, and I told you that this thing works on different sections as well, and I told you that throughout, like as we go further in the video, I'll tell you why I'm specifying this particular topic here. So to fix that, what we'll do is that first we'll add margin right to the span 2 rem. No, this is a little bit much space between the icons, so we'll make it 1.5 rem. Let's save it. Still there is much space, but this is fine, but we'll make it 1.2. Now it's looking good, but I'm not satisfied, so we'll remove this thing, and we'll add this thing to the right side. No, not right side. We'll add this thing to icons, because these all icons are in the class name, are in a div with the class name icons. So we'll do padding right 2 rem. Let's save this. Yeah, now it's looking good. So now if we'll click on this, it's taking us on the main page. Okay, and nothing is happening if we'll click on these icons, like the search bar is not there, and these are not functional as of now. So we'll make them functional. So first we'll come in the header section only, not in header section actually, we'll come in the container, and just after the header section we'll create 2 divs, or rather 4 divs. First one will be search bar, then we are gonna make 4 such divs, and first one is search bar, second one will be favorite, third one will be checkout, and the fourth one will be obviously login. So login, now we'll add some space between them so that they are distinctly visible, otherwise the text becomes very confusing. So we'll add an h1 search and then ... Then we'll add a tag and a span, that is the search icon, and a tag we are using so that it becomes clickable. Where's the search? Yeah, so here we have a search icon, so we'll click it, we'll copy it and we'll paste it over here just after this thing. Let's save it. Let's go to the style.css file, and now we'll style this search bar. So dot search bar, because that's the class name we have given to the search bar. Width is going to be 30 rem, height is going to be 5 rem. Then background is gonna be black. Border radius is gonna be 2 rem. Let's save this. Let's see where is our box. It's not visible, so we'll make the background red so that it's visible. Yeah, so here is our box just at the center. What we'll do is we'll make it a flex box. So display flex, align item center, justify content space between, and yeah, so now the icon and the text is coming in one line, and position will be fixed, that is border. No, first let's add border 2 pixels solid white, and position will be fixed. So padding 1 rem so that it has some space from the corners. So yeah, now let the background be black. Then color will have to be pink. Let's keep it white for this particular. No, let's just make it pink only. Yeah, let's save it. So here is a search bar. Now since its position is fixed, so top 10%, right 5%, or yeah 5%. Let's save it. Yeah, now it's looking fine. At the Z index, and we'll give it the highest value, okay, so that it remains on the top. So now dot search bar h1, and we want its font size to be 3 rem, and we want padding of 2 rem. Yeah, let's save it. Yeah, now it's much more visible, but it's a bit huge, so we'll make it 2.5 rem. Padding is also perfect. So now we'll go to script.js, but before that we'll have to attach it to our HTML file. So we'll go at the bottom and we'll write script, and then the source, that is src, is going to be script.js, that is our JS file, the JavaScript file. Let's save this, and then let's directly come to our JavaScript file. Let search is equals to document dot query selector dot, let's see the class name that we have given to the search bar. So it's search bar itself and it's a class name, so we'll use dot search bar and a semicolon. Then we'll again write document dot query selector. Then we'll have to add the ID or class name of the search icon. So we don't have any ID here, so we'll add an ID over here with a class name search. We'll save this thing. Script.js, since it's an ID, we'll use hashtag, and we'll write search dot on click. So whenever anyone clicks on this, we'll run a fat arrow function, that is search dot class list toggle as active. Let's place a semicolon here. Let's save this. Let's come back to a CSS file. So as of now it's 5% from the right, so dot search bar dot active. So as of now it's 5% from the right, okay, but we'll make it minus 95% so that it's not visible on the screen. Like this, it's not visible on the screen, and after once one clicks on this button, then we want it to be 5% from the right, that is we want it to be visible on the screen. So 5% from the right. Yeah, this position is perfect. Now let's add some transition to make it much more smoother. So transition is going to be not transform, transition is going to be 1 second. Let's save this. Let's see how it's working. Yeah, now it's much more smoother. So we are done with the search bar. This is a search bar. Now we'll make the favorite box. So first we'll add h1. You have not added anything here yet. Let's save this. Let's add some style to our favorite box. So dot favorite, and width is going to be 25 rem. height is going to be 14, not 15 rem. Now display flex, so that all the text comes in the center. But before that, let me add a background. So background color will be black, not black, let's keep it blue for this time so that it's much more visible. Then we'll make it to black. Display flex, align item center, justify content center, so that everything comes in the center. Now border radius will be 2 rem because I don't like sharp edges, so we'll make it 2 rem. Padding will be 2 rem so that there is some space from the left, right, top and bottom. Text line will be center. Yeah, now it's looking good. And we'll make it to black. Color will be white. Border will be 2px solid white. And actually I'll make the color pink. But before that, let me set the position as fixed. Top, not text outline, top is going to be 10%, and again right is going to be 5%. The same which we did for the search bar. Let's save it. Yeah, now it's looking good. But let the color, we'll change the color to pink because pink is looking much better. Yeah. Now we'll add line height to this so that there is some space between these lines. But before that, we'll add font size 1 rem. Yeah, no changes. Okay, so yeah, now we'll add the line height 4 rem. Yeah, now it's perfect. Z index, not inherit. We'll give it any value so that it remains on the top. We'll basically give it the highest value so that it remains on the top. And yeah, let's come on our JavaScript file. We'll copy this thing and we'll change the search to favorite, and we'll change this thing to favorite as well. And we gave the class name favorite only, so we'll add this favorite over here, not over here, over here. Yeah, and here also we are going to make it favorite, and we're going to add this ID wherever we added this icon. Yeah, so we are going to add ID favorite. Yeah, let's save this. Let's add IDs to these as well so that we don't have to come on this page. So this is checkout, and this ID login. Let's save this. Let's come down. Let's start our no, but before starting our checkout box, let's finish the favorite box. So we'll come on style.css. We'll make its position to -95% so that it's not visible on the screen. Now once it is active, so dot favorite active, from right it's going to be 5% so that it's visible on the screen. And again we'll add transition of 1 second so that all these things are much more smoother. Yeah, now this is looking good. We'll come back to index.html, but before that we'll start making the checkout box. So width is going to be 40 rem, height is going to be 40 rem, background is going to be black. Let's save this. Let's see how our box looks. Yeah, this is looking good. Now we want the border to be 2px solid white. Then we want a border radius of 2 rem so that the edges are curved. Now we want position to be fixed. From the top it must be 10%, and from the right it should be 5%, just as we did for the other boxes. Make the checkout box. So we'll first make a div with a class name checkbox, and in this we'll add image pro 3 dot. So basically in our checkout box we have 3 boxes. Okay, that is 3 items in our checkbox, so that's why 3 items in a checkout box, so that's why we'll make 3 checkboxes. And in that checkbox we have an image, an h2, a paragraph, and 2 icons, that is the plus and the delete. So image we have added, h2 that is heading will be white jeans ribbed, quantity will be 1, and this thing will be in paragraph. Then we'll add, okay, so this is how it looks as of now. Now we'll style it so that it looks better. So dot checkbox, width is going to be 90%, height is going to be 20%, and background is going to be blue just for now so that it's distinctly visible. We'll display flex, we'll make the checkout box a flex box. So display flex, align item center, justify content space evenly. Let's save this. So yeah, it's the only item, so that's why it's coming in the center. But flex direction, let it be column. Let's save this. So yeah, now it's column. Now let's just copy this and paste it 2 more times, because we want 3 checkbox, that is 3 items in a checkout box. So that's why we'll paste it 2 times. But before that, let's go to google.com. Let's quickly add those icons. So Google fonts, fonts.google, icons, and we want one add symbol. So this is the second icon we want. We'll quickly copy the span, copy it, we'll place it over here below the p tag. And one more icon we want, that is the delete icon, so that people can delete the product if they don't like it. So this is the delete icon, and we're going to copy it and just paste it over here just after the add icon. So yeah, so there is text and icons, but it's just the color and the image, because of which those are not getting displayed. So yeah, if we remove the image, here is our text and icons. Okay, so now we'll first do some styling and add some properties to this. So display flex, yeah, so display flex, align item center, justify content space between, and we'll keep it to row only. Let's save this. Yeah, now all these things have come in one line. That's what we wanted. Now we want border radius to be 2 rem and a border of 2px solid white, and padding of 1 rem, not m, rem. Now it's looking better. Now we'll come back to our HTML file and we'll actually add some properties to this checkbox heading h2. So dot checkbox h2 font size will be 2 rem, and we'll add some properties to paragraph of checkbox. So dot checkbox p font size is going to be 2 rem, and the heading text line will be center. So text line center width is going to be 48%. Yeah, so that it comes in 2 lines. That's why we reduced the width. Now it's looking better. Now in the checkbox, we want color to be white and the background to be black. Yeah, now it's looking good. Now let's add our image. So I'll uncomment this. But before that, let me just quickly add 2 more boxes or 2 more products or items that we need in our checkbox. So here are the 3 items that we need in a checkbox. And let me now wait, first let's put a button check out, and let's put that cart checkout icon. So we'll copy it from here. Yeah, we'll copy it from here and we'll paste it after this checkout text. Let's save this. Let's see. Yeah, so our button is looking perfect. Now we just have to add the images. So we'll uncomment this. Let me select them. Yeah, so now we have uncommented this. So this is how it's looking. It's looking total disaster, but we'll add some properties and make it look prettier. So dot checkbox images, we want their width to be 15% and we want their height to be 100%. Let's save this. Yeah, now it's looking good. Now I'll quickly change the images and the text. So this is product 30, this is product 43. Product 43 is not available, no problem. Product 8, and this can be product 7. Let's save this. Let's see. Yeah, these are better. So let's change this to product 2, because that jeans was not looking good in this checkout box. So now we'll change the text. So this is basically duo color shirt. So we'll type duo color shirt. We'll save this thing, and same here, we'll change this H2 to black and red shoes. These are the names of our products. And in the third, we'll change the heading to gold band watch. Let's save this, and let's make this quantity 2. Yeah, now it's looking good, but we need to add padding. Okay, let's add men's shirt. Let's add men's watch. Let's save this. And now they are coming in 2 lines. So text in 2 lines is looking much better than text in 1 line. So for that reason, we'll add some padding over here. So padding left will be 0.5 rem. Save this. Nothing much changed. Padding, we'll make it 0.5 rem. Yeah, now it's looking good. And as I said, text in 2 lines is looking much better. So now it's looking perfect. So we'll remove this men's because it's understood. Yeah, so I'll have to do padding, I guess 1 rem, or yeah, I will do it 1 rem. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, now let's come back to our index.html file. Here also we'll remove men's. This is also looking good. Now what we'll do is we'll go to the style.css file, and in the checkbox P, we'll make the font size 1.8 rem so that this is visible and it looks a little bit smaller than the main text. Now I'll quickly create the same function for checkout. So let checkout equals to document query selector checkout. I'll change here also checkout, and I'll change the ID also to checkout. And if you remember, we have already changed we have already added the ID to the icon. Okay, so dot checkout dot active right is going to be 5%, and here it's going to be transition is going to be 1 second, and from right we'll have to make it minus 95% so that it's not visible on the screen, and once we click on this, it's visible on the screen. And we have already added the transition effect, so it's much more smoother now. Now let's come back to our HTML file and let's make the final box. And if you're not able to figure out what this is happening with the JavaScript, I'll explain you after I'm finished making the login box. So I'll explain you how that's working, so you don't take any tension and just wait for few minutes. Let's give it an ID, and let's give this ID username, and we'll have a placeholder value will be username, and we'll duplicate this. Input type is going to be password, ID is going to be password. We have added an ID so that we can target this particular thing in CSS file and we can add CSS to it, and placeholder is going to be password. Let's save this, but before saving, we'll add another A tag, that is forgot password. So it has to be a clickable link, that's why we are writing this inside A tag. So forgot password we'll write. Then after this, we are going to have a button which says login. Okay, let's save this. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, so here is our login box, but before we do anything, we'll add some styling and some properties to our login box. So dot login, and the width is gonna be 30 rem, the height is gonna be 30 rem as well, so it's gonna be a square, and the background color will be black, the color of the text will be white, The border radius will be 2 rem. Then we'll have a border of 2 pixel solid white. Display flex. Justify content space evenly. Align items center. Let's save this. Flex direction we'll have to add. So flex direction will be column. Let's save this. Yeah, now it's looking better. Position will be fixed. That is at the top right corner. So top is going to be 10% and 10%. From the right, it's going to be 5%. 5%. Let's save this. Yeah. Now we'll add the Z index, any value, okay, but the highest one, so that it remains on the top. It should not be negative, okay. Then we'll add text decoration as none, and yeah, let's save this. We'll remove text decoration because that's of no use. So hashtag username. Now we'll edit this username box. So width is going to be 90%, height is going to be 20%. 20% means 20% of the height of the box. So background is going to be black and color is going to be white. And then the padding is going to be 2 rem. We'll have a border of 2 pixels solid white, 2 pixels solid white. Then we'll obviously have border radius 2 rem. Then we'll have a font size of 2 rem. Let's save this. Yeah, it's looking perfect. Now we'll do the same things for the password as well. So this is the input field, so we can type or anything over here. So same thing we'll do for password. So hashtag password, hashtag because it's ID. Width is going to be 90%, and height is going to be 20%. Again, same as the username box. Background is going to be black. Color is going to be white. Then padding is going to be 2 rem. Font size is going to be 2 rem. Color, not color, border is going to be 2px solid white. Border radius is going to be 2 rem. Let's save this. And if we'll type, the dots will come and the text will not be shown just as a password is, and username is a text. So yeah, these are functioning properly. So now what we'll do is we'll edit the login box. Anchor tags, so dot login a, font size is going to be 1.5 rem, and color is going to be white because we don't want the forgot password to be in purple, and it's coming in purple since it's an anchor tag. So that's why we made it white, and not even white, we made it white smoke, so that it looks a little bit different. And word spacing is gonna be 2 rem, so that there is some space. No, 2 rem is a bit more. Let's make it 1 rem, and now it's looking fine, but we'll make it 0.8 rem. Let's save this. 0.7 rem, and now it's okay. So now we'll come to script.js. We'll copy this out and we'll paste it, and after this I'll explain to you what all this is happening, so you need not to worry. So I'll explain you really quickly what's happening in this. So in the real world, if you want to call someone, what you do, you just take his or her name and you call that person, and that can be any name according to whom you want to call. So in the JavaScript, that particular name is like, you can give any name. You have to give names in JavaScript in order to call someone. Okay, so let login is the name. Okay, so login is basically the name. So you are telling JavaScript that let the name be login. So let login is equals to document.query selector, then this id dot login. Okay, so what is happening here is, assume that you have made a robot and you named him Rahul. Okay, but he will be called Rahul only if he possesses the qualities of Rahul. So what you have to do is, you have to take the qualities of Rahul and insert them into that robot. Only then we can call him Rahul. So in the same way, we have created a type of robot over here. Okay, I'm using metaphors obviously. So we have created a robot login. Okay, but this login needs to have the features, the properties of login. Okay, and that login is our login box. Okay, so let login is equals to document.query selector. We'll write that class name of the login box here. Now since we have given a class name, so we'll write dot. If we would have given an ID name, we would have written hashtag login. Okay, but since it's a class name, we'll write dot login. And so all the properties of login box, okay, all that login box, so that login box, all the properties of that login box has now come into login, okay, in the JavaScript file itself. So now in the JavaScript file, we will refer to the login box as login. Okay, whatever function we want to perform, we'll use the login word for it, and that function will be performed on a login box. Okay, so this is the first line, let login is equals to document.querySelector.login. Okay, now the second line is document.querySelector hashtag login. Okay, so this, in this line we are getting the properties and we are getting the icon. Okay, the login icon which we had in a header, we are getting all the properties of that icon, and we are getting that icon of login here in a JavaScript file. And since we have given that login ID name, that is login, so that's why we have used hashtag login over here. So document.querySelector hashtag login. So in JavaScript, this is now the login button. Okay, this is the reference of login button. So after that, we'll add dot on click. So this means that whenever anyone will click on this button, that is the login button. Okay, then what we have to do is, so we'll put equals to, then we'll run a fat arrow function. It's basically, you can understand it in this way, that whenever anyone will click on this search button, this function will run. And what function will run? Now we'll come to the third line, that is login.classlist.toggle active. So this is that as soon as anyone will click on this login button, the class name of that login will get changed to active. Okay, and then in the CSS file, we will add .login.active and write 5%. So when anyone will click on this button, class list active will be active, and our box will be 5% from the right. And whenever someone again clicks on this button, then what will happen is that the class list active will get removed and the original class list will become active. Okay, so the position of a box will again be minus 95% and it will not be visible on our screen. So that's how these three lines of code are working. Okay, I'm not that much good at explanation, so I don't know if you got to understand this thing or not, but I tried my best. So now we'll add login.active. So .login.active, this is basically when the class name or class list has been toggled to active. So right, it's going to be 5%, and the original position is going to be minus 95%, so that it's not visible on the screen. We'll save this and let's see if this is working. Yeah, it's working, but we need to add the transition. So transition is going to be 1 second, so that everything goes in a smooth manner. Yeah, now this is looking good, and that's how we wanted it, so it's perfect. Now we have created all our 4 buttons and they are working. But one problem is there. If we are clicking on these, the search bar is coming, but the screen is going back to the main page. Like if we are on the children's section and we are clicking on checkout box, it's not coming there at that position. In our children's section, it's taking us back to the main page. So to solve this, it's really simple. What we have to do is, we have to go to the icons, and in our href, we just have to put a / after each hashtag, and after that I'll place a / and let's save this, and our problem is solved. Okay, now if we are on the women's section and if we will click on the search button, the search bar will come there and it will not take us to the main page. Okay, so yeah, now it's working. And if you're in the children's section as well, then also it's working. And I just noticed something, so we need to style it. In the checkbox, in the checkout box, we didn't wrote z index, so z index will be any value you can give it, but it should be a higher value so that it remains on the top. So yeah, now it's above that underline and it's above all the products. So yeah, now our icons are working perfectly, and also they're not taking us to the main screen back. So that's what we wanted. We can type here anything, we can type the password, we can log in. Okay, so yeah, now our icons are working perfectly, And now if we'll click on men's section, it is taking us to the main page. And if we are clicking on fashion, it's taking us on the main page. If we are clicking on children, it's taking us to the main page. And we don't want that. We want, if we click on men's, to the screen must be on the men's section. So for that, what we need to do is we need to add here in the href, after the hashtag, we need to add container, and we'll add 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Basically, men is container 2, women is container 3, children is container 4, offers is container 5, and contact us is container 6. So now what we'll do is we'll add the section tag over here. Okay, so we'll create a section tag with the class name, not the class name, the ID name with container 2. Okay, so container 2 was for men's, and that's why we have given the ID container 2 to the men's section. And after the men's section is finished, we'll obviously close the section with the class name container 2. We'll do the same thing for the rest of the containers. So section ID container 3, and we'll cut this section, and we'll place this thing at the end of the section. Let's place it over here. And the same thing we'll do for the children's section. So section, then ID container 4. We'll cut this part and we'll place this at the end of the section. Yeah, let's place this over here. Let's save this. Then we're going to do the same thing for the offers. So section, and we'll add an ID name over here, that is container 5, and we are going to cut this section and we're going to place it after our offer section ends. That's here. Then the last footer section, so this is section with the ID name container 6, and we'll cut this section part. We'll come at the end of this footer section and we'll paste it over here. So yeah, now it's working. Men, women. If we click on children, it will navigate us to the children section. If we'll click it will click on contact us, it will take us to the footer section. If we'll click on men, to the men section, offers to the offer section, and if we'll click on fashion, it will take us to the main page. And that's what we wanted. Okay, so now our website is fully functional and it's working perfectly. Everything is perfect. Okay. And let me just edit the scroll bar as well. So for that, we'll write WebKit scroll bar. Width is gonna be 12 pixel, and let's save this. So you can see the width of the scroll bar has been reduced. We'll copy this, we'll paste it over here. Scroll bar thumb, we want the background to be white and the border radius to be 2 rem. Let's save this. It's not visible because the scroll and the scroll bar both are white. So we'll remove this thing and we'll not have any scroll bar. So we'll set the width as 0. So yeah, our scroll bar has disappeared. Now our website is looking really good. But as you can see, when we are clicking on these buttons, if we are clicking on one button and then if we click on another button, all these things are coming one upon the other. Okay, so we need to fix this. So in order to fix this, what we'll do is we'll come back to our JavaScript file and we'll write window.onScroll, okay, equals to fat arrow function again. Then what we have to do is we will write search.classlist.toggle, no, not toggle, dot remove. So if if search is active, then we will remove the class list active from the favorite and the checkout box and the login. Okay, so if search is active, wait, first let me finish this. Let me just copy this thing and paste it over here. So if the search is active, remove the active class from the favorite, checkout and the login. And same way, if the favorite is active, what we'll do is we'll remove the class active from the search, the checkout and the login. Where's our favorite? Yeah, here's our favorite.
So if favorite is active, what we'll do, we'll remove active from the search, the login and the checkout. Let's format this so that login comes. Yeah, we'll use prettier. Yeah, now it's looking good. A JavaScript file has been formatted. So yeah, same goes for the checkout and same goes for the login. So if checkout is active, we'll remove the class list active from search, favorite and login. Let me copy this and paste it out over here. Again, I'll format it so that all these things come in one line. And same goes for the login. If login is active, we will remove the class list active from search, favorite and checkout. Now it should work. Now if I clicked on search, and then if I clicked on favorite, and then if I clicked on checkout, and then if I clicked on login. So first if I click on search, and after that if I'm clicking on favorite, so first search is disappearing from the screen and after that only favorite box is coming on the screen. So that's how we wanted the things to work, and this is like perfect. So if one thing is appearing on the screen, the other thing is disappearing, and that's how we wanted things. So that's pretty much it for now. So let me give you a final demo of the website. So this is how a final project looks.
If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below and I'll be happy to answer you. And also tell me in the comment section what things you liked about the video and what were the things you didn't like in the video, and I'll surely try to improve them in the next video. So that's it for now guys. Thank you for watching and have a great day ahead. It's Naman signing off.